welcome back to Authentically Blonde. I'm Lexi.
I'm Casey.
And today we're going to be talking about the practice of being mindful.
So, to kind of set the stage, have you guys ever been really tired at the end of a long day and you've laid down in bed and closed your eyes and thought about your day and realized that you completely went through the motions on everything? Like you just woke up in autopilot, went to class, went to practice, ate lunch, went to bed, and realized that you had no intentional conversations and the day just kind of passed by. That's kind of what we're going to be talking about and why mindfulness is so important.
Yeah, and I think that me and Casey are definitely guilty of this. Like, it's such an easy thing to do.
So easy.
But it's like good to know that you don't have to be stuck in these patterns if you are super intentional throughout your day. So that could just be checking in with yourself a couple times throughout the day, revisiting maybe an intention you set. So we're just going to go through 5 tips that we've found that we want to work on ourselves, and they're just going to help you be more present and intentional throughout the day. So
yeah, and me and Lexi both really want to get better at this too, because we're struggling a lot with being mindful just throughout every single day, and so we're working on these with you guys too.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So the first one that we want to talk about is being mindful, just like out of the gates when you wake up. So I want to start taking like 3 deep breaths when I wake up, and then I want to set an intention for my day. So this could be, how can I better myself today? How can I be more compassionate maybe to a specific person or people in general? How can I take better care of myself? Is there an activity I can do that will make me less stressed or just better my day?
Yeah, it kind of is like setting a goal almost. One thing I do personally is when I wake up, I like to just pray really quick, just one little prayer, and just say, God, please give me grace and patience for more people throughout the day, because I definitely need to have more grace and patience in my life, and that's just one way that I like to kind of start my day and reset. It doesn't always work, but it's one thing that I'm trying to do to like start my day being mindful.
And then just like revisiting that intention throughout your day, maybe just taking a few minutes, like, am I on track to meet this goal that I've set? Or maybe have an accountability partner, like I tell Casey my intention, and she could be like, hey, have you followed up on that? Have you, that sounds cheesy.
And it doesn't have to be like super like, Casey, you need to remind me to do this. It can be just as a friend, I'll tell Lexi, I'm like, Lexi, this week I really want to work on having grace for others. If you hear me complaining about others, can you just be like, bro, something like that, you know? So it doesn't have to be super cookie cutter, but accountability partners are really important, and I think essential in order to check yourself and continue growing. Check yourself. So another way that we can practice mindfulness throughout the day is through mindfulness and conversations. So I am literally queen at doing this, where I'm just walking down the sidewalk, I'll see Lexi and I'll say, Lexi, hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, great, good to see you. Continue walking.
Bye.
Move on with life like nothing happened. And that's okay with strangers, I feel like.
Yeah.
But when you're seeing your friends, it's almost not right to just continue on and say good if you're having a bad day. One thing that I think is interesting to me is when I'm walking and I'll say, hi Lexi, how are you? And she'll be all, actually I'm having a really hard day. And that just takes me back. I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, she's not good.
She's not good.
I can't say good.
She's not
good.
She's not
I can't say good, I'm great, you know? I think conversations like that with your friends are really important, to be honest and open and authentic.
So the third tip that we want to get better at is being mindful when we work out. So it can be so hard to motivate yourself to work out sometimes.
Ridiculous.
It could be the last thing you want to do, or you're like, okay, I'm gonna work out because I think I have to work out. Instead, you can shift that mindset to being like, okay, I'm gonna go lift weights today because I need to be stronger and I want to perform better on the court. Or I'm gonna go to yoga and it's gonna help my mentality and I'm gonna be more flexible.
Stretch it out.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I've gotten up for weights at like 7 a.m. and have just trudged into the weight room, and I'm like, I am so tired, I do not want to be here, and then I leave and I'm grumpy, I'm exhausted throughout the day. That happens so much, whereas if I would have wake up and be like, okay, I'm tired, this sucks, but I'm getting stronger, I'm gonna get better at volleyball, and I'm gonna go hang out with my teammates at 7 in the morning. Party, play some fun music, get in there, grind it out a little bit, and then you have a great rest of the day. So it's really about the mindset and your mentality going through, especially working out. And I don't know about you, but I find that when I am excited to go to the gym or excited to go for a run or excited to lift weights or whatever, it always feels so much better and I never regret it.
Yeah. So it's a lot easier said than done, but if you can bring that purpose into your workout and be intentional, I think it'll be really helpful.
So the fourth tip that we want to talk about regarding mindfulness is mindfulness in eating. So me and Lexi are
the queen of snacking.
The queens of snacking, I would say. We love a good goldfish, a good Oreo, a good wheat thin, you know, we love it all. And I don't think there's anything wrong with snacking at all. That is not us saying you can't snack, you can't have junk food, you can't enjoy food throughout the day. We're just saying it's really important to be mindful about what you're eating and listening to your body when it's saying I'm hungry.
So just like recognizing when your body is feeling hungry and maybe being in tune with like what it's asking for. So if you haven't eaten all day, you should probably feed it something healthy.
And one thing too that I've found to be really helpful in mindfulness of eating, or one thing that I've acknowledged that I have an issue with, is eating super fast. And I'm not trying to shift blame or anything, but I grew up with two brothers who are big human beings and eat so much food. So much food. Like, I don't understand. They eat so much food. And so I would go to the dinner table and eat my food so fast because I think in my head, I was thinking, if I don't finish this food now, it's gonna be gone and devoured by my brothers. And so now I still eat my food really fast, which is a bad habit because I'm not listening to my body when it's full or listening to my body when it's still hungry, or tasting my food and letting my body know that I am feeding it and treating it well. So that's one thing to consider when you're trying to be mindful about your eating.
So for the last tip, we just want to talk about mindfulness when it comes to your activities or hobbies or whatever. So say like when I am stressed or something, I want to listen to calming music. So making sure I'm being intentional in what I choose to listen to, because that will affect my mood. Or say when I'm reading, if I'm reading, I love to read self-help books, making sure I'm intentional in that, like taking notes or highlighting, or how I can just shift something that I've read into my life and apply it in that way, instead of just like, hey, I should read because it'll calm me down, or something like that.
Or choosing to be mindful about going on walks with friends, or mindfulness about when you're watching TV. The amount of times I've sat on the couch just deadpan watching TV, hours go by, or TikTok is ridiculous. Whereas if you're wanting to watch TV, know that that's your body probably saying, I need to relax, I need to chill out, let's sit here for maybe set a certain amount of time and watch TV for that time, and be mindful about when you start and stop.
So I think we just want to end by giving some advice to our younger selves. So personally, I want to be more intentional in my conversations with my friends and making sure you're just checking in on each other, because obviously we're all going through something, and it's hard when you're young to really be like intentional about those conversations. It is easy to be surface level, but if you can really understand what that person is feeling, and if you can relate to them, give each other advice, like that will just be super helpful.
Yeah, and one thing I would give advice to my younger self is to try to not go through the motions on days even when it's hard. It's so easy to get into a routine, and I love routines, but it's so easy to get into a routine and feel stuck in that and just be like, it's another day in the life. I'm gonna wake up, eat breakfast, go to class, come home, do my homework, go to bed. And you're missing out on so much life where you could be having intentional conversations, or you could be enjoying making a meal with your mom, or you could go on a walk, or any of that stuff. So I would give my younger self the advice to try to live into every moment and not just go through the motions.
Yeah, so if you guys have any tips on how to be more mindful, we would love to hear from you, as we're obviously constantly trying to learn from other people and just how to better ourselves. So drop those in the comments or DM us, whatever works for you.
So if you like this video, please be sure to like and comment and make sure to subscribe. See you next time.